Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good to be with you all. Addison, good morning.
Morning.
Addison, how do you pronounce your last name? Because many people mispronounce mine, and I do not want to do that to you.
It's Whaley.
Perfect. I promise you I won't mispronounce it as we go through this morning. If it's okay, I'm going to turn it over to the school officials, if that's okay, and then I'll talk a little bit. But I'm excited to be with you this morning. Of course, we're doing it virtually. I wish it was in person, but this is the world in which we live. But nonetheless, I'm excited today because we are making 5 stops throughout Chenango County virtually to recognize 6 amazing all-stars in Chenango County. And Addison, I grew up in Afton, so I'm a Chenango County boy, so it makes me proud that we're spending the day in Chenango County. With that, I'll turn it over to the school, and then I'll give you some of my own thoughts.
So Senator Akshar, Kristen Giglio, we've met many times. Lori races with me. She's the Dean of Students here at the high school. So Addie, a little history in case you don't know about this, but Senator Akshar recognizes students across his district. And this is always a highlight for us when we get to choose a student at Norwich. And we get together, the counselors get together, the teachers get together, and we slowly narrow it down to a student that we think is deserving of this honor. And that was really pretty easy this year. Your name came up a lot, and I'm going to turn a bit of this over to Mrs. Race, but not just for your academics. You're obviously a great student, but what you do outside of the community is truly amazing. And what's even more amazing is that you've continued to do it through a global pandemic. Like, you haven't quit. And we honor and really appreciate that. I'm going to cry. Maybe Mrs. Race will too. But we all know you've done a super lot with Helping Hands. So I'm going to turn that over to Mrs. Race. She's the coordinator of that. So you want to add a couple words too?
Yeah, Addie, I'm just really pleased of how you've stepped up, and you have definitely taken this volunteering on all on your own. I don't ever have to ask you, go over here and sort the, food. You're always one step ahead. You just really demonstrate leadership, and caring for others. For your age, it's great to see that you're much more mature and, ready to take on those leadership roles. It's just really clear. And I certainly appreciate everything you've done, the community does. And I have to say, one of the things that really sticks out in my head is when you have someone your age that's up on, a Saturday morning willing to sort things or go pick up things or shop for things like that. That's really amazing. And I'm so glad to have you. I think you're well deserving of this award.
And a couple of other things in school I would add from some of your teachers that, you're always willing to help someone else. You'll step in no matter who it is. Could be your best friends, that could be somebody you just met in the hall. And you're willing to help them out. And being wise beyond your years. I proved that the other day when I called you a senior. She's only a junior, but that's how mature, that's kind of the category I put her in. She's so mature that, she seems like she's ready to fly already, but stay home for another year and, live out your senior year and have some good fun with that. But you're wise beyond your years, but you also just have that great calm presence too, that everybody loves and respects so much. So we're super happy it's you. You're so well deserving of this, and you're a wonderful role model and example for all of us here at Norwich. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Right. What I think is so amazing, just offer you a couple of thoughts. Just looking at my notes, described as having a positive attitude, always willing to help others, right? You heard things like that, calm demeanor, exemplify the pillars of the National Honor Society. Clearly to me, just by listening, service is very, very important to you. Addie, who's with you? Is that your family member? I didn't acknowledge him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's my mom and my dad on this side and my grandma's on the other.
Mom and dad, hello.
Hi.
Good to be with you. And grandma, good to be with you. I'm sure you're all very,
Both of us.
yeah, that's wonderful. I miss my grandmother. She's 89 years old, and we haven't been able to see her because of COVID. So I'm glad that you're with not only your parents, but your grandmas as well. I just, this says here, truly a positive force that helps to brighten the lives of others. Very important, right? But I want to pay particular attention to something, the very last sentence in what I'm looking at, my notes here. She truly is a beacon of hope and grace when our world needs it most. I think out of everything that I was told about you, and as I learned about you as I read this morning, Addie, that's probably the most important thing that anybody who knows you could have said, especially in the environment in which we live. Put the global pandemic aside for just a moment. This is a nation that is completely divided, and it is a sad day, because at the end of the day, regardless what label people put on us or how we align ourselves based on our politics, right, our political persuasion, at the end of the day, we're all Americans. We're all New Yorkers, and the world would be so much a better place if people took your lead, right, and conducted themselves the way that you conduct yourself throughout, your life, and in Norwich and outside of the school, inside of the school. Think about it. I mean, for me, I just think that you really are. You should, and you are serving as a role model for others to follow. And really, if others in the world took your lead, the world would be a better place. I hold out hope, though, and I know that our community will be in a very good place for years to come because we have people like you. And I'm glad that I don't have to pick the recipient of this award in all of the schools that I represent, because it would be difficult. And I'm sure, and I'll ask you to opine in a minute, but I'm sure that there are others that you associate yourself with that are doing good work as well. And I think that's great, because the more people that you can impact, the more people that you can get to align with you and conduct themselves like you have clearly done throughout your time, the better off we are. And I would suggest to you, it doesn't really matter how people label themselves or what their politics are. Let's just do what you've been doing, and our respective communities would be a heck of a lot better. So, your mom and dad should be incredibly proud. I know your grandmas are incredibly proud. Your school is incredibly proud. And I'm telling you this on behalf of the 315,000 people that I so proudly represent. We are incredibly proud to have folks just like you in this district. Would you care to give any advice to other young people or other people in this community? I don't want to put you on the spot, but I like to afford the recipients an opportunity just to give some thoughts, not about the award, but just more so, advice for folks, not even young people, but just folks who find themselves, in this divided world or amongst this global pandemic.
I mean, I would just say to get involved in your community and do what you can to help other people.
It's what it's all about, right? If we're just good neighbors, we find ourselves in a better spot. So, anybody else want to just give some thoughts? Mom and Dad, you care to say anything? Grandmas?
You want to do better. If you want good, do better.
Very well said. Very well said. So, Addie, you are obviously you're in the 11th grade. You'll be a senior next year. You have some interest in going into the medical field, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. You're also in Yes Leads.
Yep.
All right. We look forward to doing our very best to continue our partnership with Lourdes and continue that program. I thank you for being part of that, and I hope you have found it to be beneficial. Anybody else from the school just like to give some closing remarks, closing thoughts?
I just really want to thank Addie again and her family. Special thanks to her mom and dad for keeping it a secret for so long. It was a challenge to say the least. So I think we held out till today. So thank you for your help. And once again, you are an example for others to follow. And, we encourage you and your friends to continue to do that. It is by working together that we'll all get through this and come to a better place. So you are a perfect example of how to do that. So thanks again, Addie.
Thank you.
Addie, I'm sorry again that we're doing this virtually and not in person. I promise you, though, that I will be back in the Norwich school system. And when I am there in person, I will make it a point, if we can, to make sure that I get to meet you in person and spend a little bit of time with you. But again, just want to thank you for all that you're doing. Thank you for being a great role model, a great New Yorker, a great American. There are a lot of people who appreciate what you're doing. And again, we're going to send you a few things just as a token of our gratitude and appreciation and recognizing you. So those things will be on their way shortly. But again, just want to thank you and everybody else on the line for spending a little time with us this morning. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you as well. Thank you for taking the time to do this for our kids. We appreciate your continued support, Senator.
It's my pleasure. It's one of the things that we look forward to doing every month. And, again, we all find ourselves in difficult times, right? Trying to do the best we can during the global pandemic and the divisiveness. But this is as I said during the outset, this is a great day for me because I get to spend the day, albeit virtually, but traveling around the district and specifically in Chenango County, recognizing the great work that young folks are doing. So I'm honored to serve. I'm honored to be able to do this program, and really been great spending a little bit of time with you this morning. Thanks everybody, and God bless you.
Thank you. Congrats.
Bye-bye. Congrats. Bye-bye.